Hello everyone, welcome back to Napoleon Total War. It is of course the Russian campaign, and we will be fighting the battle that we saw at the end of the last episode. So you can see here he doesn't have any reinforcements nearby him. We have a numerical advantage with numbers. He's got a reasonable amount of clippity-clops, but he doesn't have a huge amount of just forces, so we'll have to wait and see. They've got some heavy cavalry which we're going to have to watch out for. So, relatively close, hilly, light forest. Let's fight the battle. Levin August von Benigsen against Victorino Gomez. So, this is the battle that we're going to have, and the good thing is that we did kind of ambush them, so this should hopefully, if we can do it correctly, which is, as you well know, by no means guaranteed with me, then we can essentially wipe them out. Now, what I'm thinking is maybe putting cannons here to fire down the length of the enemy, because that would be a very helpful thing to have. So let's go and have a look at the battlefield. So here's the enemy here. See, there's a load of enemy there. I'm thinking that what we need to do is put these guys here, like this. Except bit back, I think. And then unlimber them. And what we will also then do is put some forces there, just to protect them. Because they're going to rush for that lot. I just know it. Now, our light horses, they're light, so they can't really do a lot, I would say. But we may put them back here so that they can sort of charge in the back. Now, we've got these forces here who can stay there, and we've got these guys over here. Now, the only thing we may need to do is just reinforce those numbers a little bit. Now, we do have some lights in there, so they may be certainly helpful in that regard because they've got the extra range. So we'll put those guys there. And then these guys all here can hold this line. So what we're going to do is we're going to set all of these guys to essentially fire on the enemy. So you've got dragoons, you've got line cavalry. Yeah, let's go. Let's move these guys forward. That's what we're after. Let's turn them into a square. These guys should have put spikes down, but they won't be able to. The point is that we will be able to provide a lot of firepower there. Those lights are probably going to get overrun. These guys can handle themselves. Let's get those guys set up into one and continue the firing. Let's get them murdered. And then we'll move these guys up so they can continue firing. So these guys are moving back slightly. And we want a bombarding cannon fire onto these guys, this bunch in the center. Here we go. Let's get the general and the other cavalry. These guys are moving forward. Looking good. Let's move these guys forward so they've got a bit more range, I think. Let's get those guys engaged. And what we'll do is we'll run these guys in, because they're firing cannon already. And let's see, let's put these guys here so that they can close in on the forces that remain. Okay. Maybe dragoons. No, we'll hold them off because they're lights. So where are they running to? Okay. Let's get these guys moved back because they're going to be slightly vulnerable from those horse. Here we go, these guys are all good, looking good. Let's get them moved up even closer. Come on, boys. Get over there fast. Hopefully they should break that section there. And then we'll put them there to engage this section here. Let's have a nice bombarding onto these guys. Let's get these guys running into position because they need to be. Because they're going up against a significant number of enemy forces. Let's get the horses hit them. And we'll also get our other horse in to hit them. So these guys can move there so that they're flanking. Cannons continue to engage the enemy, which is good. Let's move these guys up to here so they can engage further. There we go, that's good, they're breaking. So, let's take these two lines and move them to there. Get them to run. And we'll get these two lines here to just close in that direction. So, let's see. They're focusing on that lot. And there's one section in the center that still remains. But not for long. These guys. And there we go. Let's continue and try and wipe out as many of them as we can. Let's move up. Let's get this guy involved. Send him to attack that. Let's get the hussars there. I think that's a pretty good battle as far as we're concerned. And let's get those guys to stop firing. We'll unlimber them.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
No, our general's attacking, you fool. That's why you've got to stop the cannons. There we go. They're getting savaged. These guys also getting finished off by our general. I think that's a pretty nasty savaging that those guys have got. Let's move these guys over here. There's not many left of that lot. Slam into the side of these guys and then slam into the side of them. Let's follow our boys. Get them, lads. So, yeah, they've been well and truly caught. Do a number on that lot a bit. And then wander over here to finish off some of these guys. See how these guys get on. Hello, gents. Yeah, that's gone well for them. Losing men hand over fist right now. So I would say that was a successful ambush that worked out exactly as we required. And for once the game actually got it right. We were heroically victorious. Yeah, those bastards. So there we go. We killed 1,800 men. So they've still got a reasonable amount left. But they're going back there. And they're rebuilding that force there. Now, we've got some recruitment, some Provence. Here we go. Look at that. Doesn't he look lovely? So now he will be able to assist us down in that general area. Now, this gentleman here was originally intended to go and support and bolster that army. So that's what he's now done. And the only drawback is we won't get any not reinforcements, but replenishments. But the point is we now have this gentleman here. And how much more distance can he go? So he can only go to there. But we'll put this guy here as well. Now the idea is basically that we'll move this guy up and then we'll use Chadtopia to do the attack. So that's the plan there. Now you can see here we've got Merchant House down here, which is good. That helps. Now Banking House gives us 224. Yeah, that's a good idea, I think. We'll go for that. Now, for those of you who may have forgotten, we are still building our defensive, sorry, not our defensive, our naval area. And this is down sort of this general direction down here. Now, we do have a little bit of a problem there. As you can see, a very large Spanish navy, and that's essentially being part of the problem. So, you know, I mean, they got trade ships in there, 38-gun frigates, brigs, and all the rest of it. So, essentially, what we're trying to do is build up a force in here that's essentially going to wipe out as many of them as we can. Now, let's see. So, we got some ships of the line. I think if we take a carronade frigate and a motorbike, a couple of 32-gun frigates, and let's see, a smaller ship, and a little sloop as well. Because what we want is we don't just want the big ships that can't move very quickly. We want a few sort of fast-moving ships that can zip around the area and, you know, get in there and cause problems for them. But fortunately, the ships that we were able to bring in, the navy that we've got at the moment, which as you can see is here, which is currently in there. See? So, you know, we've got a reasonable number. We've got 80 gun ship of the lines. And so there's 3 of those in there. So they should provide quite a significant force to be reckoned with. But it's going to take at least 15 turns before we're anywhere close to that. So you can see here, objectives, 18 out of 60. So we haven't got all of them yet. And our prestige is okay. Economics 380, enlightenment, so you look military. Yeah, they're nasty. And then obviously the Spanish is next. But we're better than the Spanish at the moment, so that's something to be grateful for. But the problem is with a force like this sniffing around the area, that navy, we're going to need a significant navy in order to actually beat them. So that's going to be the problem we're going to have there. So until we can actually build up that navy, send them out, because we did send them out and they got ambushed by a 20-stacker navy and got pretty much wiped out. And that's when we lost Kutuzov the first time round and he had to be sent back home to recover. So we do have these 2 armies here. So that's going to be our next point of call, with the likes of Bennigsen and Kutuzov attacking and getting back Padok, or Pado, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. My apologies to those people who from that area. And then we'll move over to Bordeaux. And that means that we will essentially cut a slice right through Spain and France, preventing them from any sort of, you know, moving around here. We'll move down to then, we'll move the armies down to the likes of Barcelona and Pamplona, where the bulls are, obviously. But ideally, we want to sort of move down. There's not many areas to worry about with respect to actual cities in Spain. But the sooner we can get down to there and stop this guy doing this, we can take this, then we can then start putting navies in here and blockading this area. Now, you can see there, the Empire of Spain, 1452, the French Empire, 1686. So we've got the opportunity to essentially stranglehold the trade in that area, and also if we've got a good navy in this area, then we can put some trade ships around there. But until we get Gibraltar, that's really going to be the choke point for the Mediterranean. And we do have a navy up here, so it's not too bad. There is an army in there, so they're essentially trying to keep things together. And we got some wine estates being built. Now, what happened during that period is, you can see we lost Piedmont, Liguria, to the Swiss Confederation. Now, they've only got 2 spots, so to be honest, they're not really a massive problem unless they move down towards Marseille in France. Now, if they start moving towards Marseille, that's the reason why I've been building up this army, then that could potentially be a problem for us. So let's see, £6 foot. We got the army. Yeah, we're going to need some. 1, 2. Leave it at that at the moment. We don't have anything more, but the point is it enables us to build a few more troops, and then we can obviously look at maybe getting another soldier or another general in there to sort of at least fight back against these buggers, because you can see they don't have many people in there. So we could technically, after we've got a general, go back and take back Piedmont, like Liguria, and essentially say, oi, that's our land, bugger off. So that's what we're looking at. We're ending the turn. Now, we do have some additional forces coming down from the top of Russia. There's the French pushing down towards Switzerland. The Austrians, who are quite powerful, very pleased about that, because they are our allies and we need to make sure they stay on our side. But we also need to make sure that they don't get too big, because if they start getting too big, then they're going to start getting sort of expansionist plans, and it'll just be a nightmare for us. So that's why, to a certain degree, it's good that we keep France sort of around, because then that will focus Austria's attention there. Oh, look. It's the Swiss. And there goes the Spaniards. See, there's another Spaniard flipping navy. There you go. You bastard. Right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to get this guy out here and go and batter the snot out of this bastard. Oh, look. You've got a carronade frigate, and we've got more than that. And we're going to auto-resolve that. And he's been mysteriously sunk. Strange, that. Get back in there. Thank you. And he's gained a trait. Great Admiral. Excellent, that's good. And there we go. We know about that one. Trade route raided. Where's the other one? Yeah, that's been dealt with. We've got trait gain spy, which is good. So he's in Bordeaux. You can see that there's not a lot of defences in Bordeaux, just a garrison. Jaegers recruited in Marseille. How lovely. Oh, hello. What are you doing around here? You're being sneaky, aren't you? Oh, boy. Yeah, that could be a problem. Damn Swiss. Okay, so let's get a general. Brave soldier, aggressive attacker. Let's get this guy. There we go. So he's in position now. And we'll also, you can see we're recruiting more cannon. And do we want horse? We do really want horse. So let's get some cavalry in there. And then finish it off with that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we got 3, yeah, 8. So that should fill that army up completely. And should do it in about 3 turns, which is good. Construction report, metalled roads, wine estates, good. That should help improve the money. And then now, this is where it's time for Kutuzov and his friends to batter the snot out of these bastards. So, we can demand a surrender. But to be honest, I'd rather write them out. It might mean cost us more people in the end, but if we can essentially finish off this army, that might be a good situation for us. Won't be such a good situation for them, but to be honest, that's less of a concern for me right now. And we're up against Kastanos, and we've obviously brought Mikhail Kutuzov and Bennigsen. August. Levin, August von Bennigsen. So, let's see. Oh, heavens. Look at this. So, they have cannon. 9-pounder. Okay. So, I think what we'll do is we'll just keep our cannon here. And then keep them there like that. Now, we'll have these guys set in here as lights. There we go. And then, once we stretch them out as far as they'll go, let's just move them back here a second so we can organise this. There we go. So there's the Hussars. And there's the Lancers. So we've got Lancers and Hussars. Okay. So these are all the lights here. And let's move them behind like that. No, it needs to go a bit further that way, I think. There we go. So that will be section 2. Here will be section 1. Now we'll have these guys here. Like that. Actually, we'll put them there for the moment. And then over on the left side, we'll have more protection for these guys. So let's have a look at the distribution of our forces right now. Now, my concern obviously is we need to sort of bolster this direction here. And the cavalry we'll put over in the far corner. So we are kind of focusing our army sort of on one flank, really, to sort of make a very, very nasty push. Very, very focused push on one direction. Now, there is number 2. So, let's see. Should we... No, see, look, they've got a lot of horse on the right. I'm thinking that actually number 2 needs to come down here. And these guys here need to go up this side. Just so they can counter those horse. So let's move number 2 up. Like that. There we go. So that's a bit better. We've got the cannons in the centre. We've got some additional horse at the back. What we might do is put additional horse right up the edge here, so they can run around the side. And leave it at that, I think. So, let's get underway. Let's move these guys up. Move those guys up as well. Move the horses up as well. Lancers, they'll be as good as anti-horse. What are they? Dragoons, so they'll be heavy. That's looking good.
Glorious victory, sir.
Put a bombardment onto that lot. Now that's interesting. You can see they're actually moving all their forces in that direction. Okay. So here's our boys. Let's move them sort of like that, so they're looking sort of on that angle. More horse coming in. This is going to be the problem. Is that they're going to get their cavalry attack. Damn it, they're going to get cavalry attacked. Come on, guys, run. You guys can tackle fire at will for the moment. Get in the square. Come on, boys. square. Yep. There we go. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, no. We'll leave them as square. Yep. Lost some of the cannons. Curses. My own fault. I should have put some forces on the left side. But look at them. They're losing numbers hand over fist right now. Look at that. So, the horse up here are doing well. Let's move them in behind there. And let's get these guys to move up. Nice and stretched out. Oh, that's not going to go well for them, charging from behind like that. Have we lost all the cannon? No, we've got the cannon. So let's move these guys forward. And move these guys out of square. So, let me see. Let's move these guys up. Like that. Meanwhile, these guys are moving closer. And in behind the enemy lines, we have our cavalry. Now those guys are resting in that position. This is not going to go well for them. And if we focus our fire on them. Put them in 3 on his own because he can't basically do anything. So we'll move him back there. Let's put them there. Now, here you can see the horse are being engaged. So let's move them forward. And let's get our second section here. Can we move them in from the side, I wonder? Whoops. We should be moving them there like that. Ideally. While the cannon fires down the throat. Like this. The boys move in from the side. Okay. Now this is the problem, the blobbing that they've got of their cavalry here. Yeah, they've broken already. Not exactly unexpected. Get those guys moved up. Get those guys to run. Where is their cannon? Let's get that engaged. See if we can do some damage to it. Can see dragoons standing by. Oh, hello. Let's put you there. So you can break them quickly. Get those guys into position, which they will be. Make sure they're all spread out. Come on, boys, run. Move those guys up to there to cover that section. You got those dragoons coming in. Come on, kill them. Got this guy moving up quickly. Hello. So those guys should prepare that area. There we go, they're breaking that one quickly. As you can see, yep, perfect, just what we wanted. And then move these guys up. There we go, they're all breaking. And now we can start moving these guys here to close in. Let's get those guys fired on by the enemy. Now they're probably looking to do a little bit of a end around on us. But they've taken some cannon fire. So it's not going to go well for them. Are they going to change direction? That's interesting to see. Now what we'll do is we'll move those guys to there just to make sure that they don't get outflanked. Their morale's pretty low right now. Move them up for exactly this reason. Hello, gentlemen. Have a square. Oh, look at the numbers drop. Oh, goodness me. Those numbers just drop like a stone. Whoa. That's brutal. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. That's a problem. That's line artillery. We've lost. We have some problems there. That cav. Right, now that he's out and unprotected, let's get the general. It's unfortunate that cavalry hit the back of our boys, but they've broken them. Oh, fantastic. Well done, lads. There we go. They're all being butchered, which is what we wanted. And now whoa, square please. We'll move these guys up to about there, I think. Oh dear, spikes. Sorry, boys. There we go, they're under attack, but they're dealing with that. Got these guys here. Still continuing. Are they facing the right way? Yes, they are. Good. Well done, lads. And then we've got this fight continuing. There we go. They're broken already. Good. We've got this section here, which is not broken yet. Correction, they just broke. And we've got these boys here moving in on the enemy. who are caught up in a massive, massive battle there. Let's get them out of there for the moment. Past our troops. And then these troops can go into a square as greeting. Meanwhile, these guys can move up and engage them. Still got this guy in the center here. He'll be covered.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, as expected, the cavalry is cheesing it. Let's move these guys up so that we can maybe bait out the general and kill him. We may not need to. Just get in there and charge all that lot, please. Oh, you need a square. Okay. So we're going to bayonet all of those artillery. Those guys are continuing to take fire. Hurrah. Get in and bayonet all of them as well, please. These guys continue to push. So we'll leave them there for the moment, because I'm quite...
Our men are running, sir.
Who are running? Horse. Of course. Horse, of course. Understandable. Sorry, fellas. Bad commanding there. So there's still these guys in the centre, having their innards poked out by bayonets. And let's see. Let's move the guys up. Now these guys here, we can take out of square.
Our men are running, sir.
Really? Okay. Alright, fair dues. Understand that. Take these guys out of square. Place them behind there to cover the cannon. These guys can now move in. Correction. They can move to there. Okay. So, it's still not over by any stretch of the imagination. We still have forces to deal with. But I would say that we do have the advantage right now. Let's move those guys back. And then move these guys up. Like so. So we've got that random force there. They're probably going to die soon. They're taking a lot of fire. Yep, that's exactly what's happened. And then we have these guys over here. So if we move them in that direction there, and then bring these guys in as well, to sort of stretch across there, like that. Let's make them all that lot, I think. There we go. Then we can at least kind of start to corral in these guys. Now, our two horsey brigades, who've taken a little bit of a battering, need to get over there so that we can attack the general. So they're now attacking that area. We've got this area here being attacked by our forces, breaking some of them, which is good. We're sending the horses around the back to attack their general. Those guys are just not firing because we told them not to. Otherwise we'd kill too many of our own people. Just stab them all, please. Bring these guys in here. Come on, faster. Run, please, gentlemen. Oh, hello. You need a square. Stab the back of them. Right, General.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
There we go. There we go. Castanos is down. Let's get all of these guys bayoneting that lot. Bring these guys up to support. And these guys here to close the door. There we go. Final moments of the foot artillery there, or foot line. Yeah, line artillery. Regiments of foot. And there we go. Everyone's broken. So I think that was pretty good. So yeah, not a bad battle as far as we're concerned. I mean, we did what we said on the tin. We definitely gave them a very, very bloody nose. Good God, look at that. They've still got a reasonable number of troops. We shall peacefully occupy. Hello, we've got it back. And now, these guys will remain here. What we might do is... sort of, obviously, because over there, a very, very small army. Now, we can't get him over there. Can we get him? Yes, we could. Let's send Kutuzov over to there. And then put this gentleman in there to replenish. So essentially what's going to happen is Kutuzov, with a slightly diminished army, is going to attack Bordeaux because we have the ability to take it, and it's only got a very small army in it. And then that means that we will have that sort of area there. So you can see that border area there between Spain and France, and then we've obviously in a strong position there. So yes, there we go. Not too bad, I'd say. And that's going to be the end of this week's episode. Bit of a long one, but there was a few battles to be had. Anyway, we'll see you next time. As he tries to actually point his mouth at the microphone this time. Well done, Chad.